is our next topic, Rob?
Chris, our next topic comes to us all the way from Owen White. Hey, Campea crew. So apparently, Warner Brothers Discovery is closing a deal with Amazon to have animated DC content on Prime Video. So why not on HBO Max? Love to hear your guys' thoughts.
Thank you, Owen. We really appreciate that. I always love an animation question personally, because this has been a very weird thing. We've seen so much animation going away from HBO and kind of being pushed to the sidelines. It's something that Ray and I have talked about a bit too. This comes from the folks over at Deadline. Warner Brothers Television Studios is in the process of closing a major animation deal with Amazon for DC branded content, according to Channing Dungey. Quote, with animation, we used to be about staying in-house, but now we're doing it on different platforms, she added. HBO Max is on the first stop, but we are in the process of closing a big deal with Amazon featuring DC-branded content in animation. Now, what does that exactly mean? So basically, all of the DC properties, in theory, are going to be moving over to Amazon for streaming.
I think it's the animation that's not, like, I don't see Harley Quinn going over to.
No, because that's a big moneymaker
yeah, I
for
think
them.
anything that's, like, they're going to keep the adult fare. I think they want HBO to be an adult network. Mm-hmm. And I mean, you know, for highbrow or erudite, or in the case of Harley Quinn,
raunchy.
They, you know, it's adult. It's adult
blue.
fare. It's a little blue. But still, Warner Brothers Animation has been making DC movies for years. Mm-hmm. They have a lot of movies. They have a lot of series. They're going to keep making this stuff, and I think having a home for it at Amazon makes sense.
Well, and a lot of the things, to your point about adult content, is, or more grown up, mature, not necessarily adult. You have things too, though, like Judas Contract or the recent Killing Joke, which,
right,
you know, have very mature themes and everything, but also just didn't really land well with audiences. So I'm wondering, is this also kind of a picking and choosing of where elite fare goes versus things we've done in the past? Are we kind of cherry picking throughout here as well?
Yeah, I don't know, but I mean, I think that they have a much more wide field, an open field with which to make content now. And I think it's really good for their brand. I mean, obviously with DC Studios now, they're going to want to ramp up animation production the same way they're going to ramp up live action material. And it makes sense that they have an outlet, someplace to put it.
I completely agree. I'm hoping that, especially because some of the original content we've seen from animation, from Amazon, particularly things like Invincible, have been so bombastic and fun that this will really just kind of open up some floodgates for some really cool content to be made as well, still under the DC banner. John, I know you are a huge animation guy.
I know, the animation guy.
What are your thoughts on this?
Hey,
I'm just kidding.
I love animation. I just haven't been really big on DC and Marvel's direct-to-home video animation.
Which is fair.
Listen, couple thoughts here on this. First of all, you're right, Rob. I mean, they do have that delineation between, I think, the more hardcore, for mature audiences, probably like a Harley Quinn, things like Invincible, things like that. They'll probably keep that stuff on there. They made it pretty clear that HBO Max is going to be a certain kind of place. It's not going to be a bazaar where you find everything in there. You find everything from children's programming to, you know, teen programming to adult programming. They've made pretty clear that HBO is going to have an identity. And a lot of the animation stuff may not fit in with that identity. But as a company, they still had a fiduciary responsibility to create content and make money from it. And if you can do that, and we see other networks do this as well. It's not like it's just Warner Brothers. Lots of networks do this where they produce content and then another person airs it, right? Okay. But guys, everybody is missing the most important point here. David Zaslav, once again, is confirming that he is the smartest motherfucker in the room. And here's how he did it. Who is their competitor? Amazon, Netflix, stuff like that. That's their competitors. And they're also their customers, but it's their competitors. So what has David Zaslav and his team just done? I mean, yeah, I could pay for advertising on other networks, or I can get you to put my shows on your network with my branding all over it, promoting the DC brand, and you are paying me to do it. That's what David Zaslav and Warner Brothers just pulled off. They've got one of their biggest competitors, Amazon, who's going to be putting up content that they don't want to put up on HBO anyway, that's going to be promoting and putting front and center the DC brand, the DC content, and DC characters, basically being one big walking billboard for DC. And instead of having to pay to get that done, Amazon is going to pay them to market their material for them. It's a brilliant move. This is like 3D chess playing kind of stuff, or whatever kind of chess they play in Star Trek, Rob.
3D,
That's
correct.
the level of thinking this is. 3D chess, that's the kind of thinking they're doing here. I think the move is brilliant. And here's the thing. If you're the type of person that does like that kind of animated content, the straight-to-home video animated content, well, this is great because it means that Warner Brothers is saying, okay, yeah, it may not fit with what we want HBO to be, but we're still willing to produce this content, and we'll find homes for it. So if you're a fan of this stuff, you get to watch it. Guys, this is a win-win-win-win. It's a win for Amazon. It's a win for Warner Brothers. It's a win for the content creator, and it's a win for the audience. It's a great move. I love this.
Absolutely. I think it really is super financially viable. And I'm hoping, too, that it means not just DC properties, but other things that were kind of under the HBO banner. Things like Cartoon Network will once again find a home, because I know so many of those animators were really just heartbroken about all the hard work of their teams, just, Kaiser Sozeing. So it'll be nice to hopefully see animation live somewhere else. Ray, what do you think about all this?
Let's not forget that I think Sony actually signed a deal with Amazon, too, to show that what was it? Silk to go on there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So they're slowly building up to maybe even house all the good animation stuff at
be really
Amazon.
rad.
I mean, Crunchyroll, here's looking at you. Okay, what I've been doing, let's say before Black Adam, I went on HBO Max and watched Superman, Shazam and Superman, that one animated film, which I really liked. I watched the other day Justice League Frontier, which is like one of my favorite animated films, and I watched that before Justice League, the movie. I am kind of sad because instead of Black Adam and that cartoon being on the same thing, I have to switch over. But it works out for both companies. I mean, both will do well in this merge or whatever, this transaction. So,
By the way, is Silk animation or is Silk live action?
I thought it was an animated.
I think it's
I
live
believe
action.
Silk is going to be live action.
I'm sorry.
I thought it was live
But-
action.
I'm sorry.
No, but it's a great point to bring up, though, that they are taking all these different superhero properties from DC, from Marvel. Crossover event at some point, maybe? Who's to say? And I mean, truly, though, this is a great game to get in, because right now, I mean, Netflix, honestly, has been dominating original animation lately. They've been doing really, really cool stuff. That's where most creators are heading to do really neat, interesting things. Look at Arcane. Look at how much stuff DreamWorks is churning out on there.
Cyberpunk.
Exactly. So I think Amazon getting into this game is really smart for them, too. But guys, question's up for you. What do you think about this? Do you think all these things should lean over onto Amazon, or do you think they should have been on HBO where they belong with all the other DC content? Let us know what you think.
We want to thank the sponsor of today's video, True Classic. The holidays are here and there is plenty of t-shirt cheer thanks to our sponsor, True Classic Tees. Guys, we have the perfect gift for your wish list. True Classic Tees are a gift for you, for her, and a great present for any guy in your life. True Classic is on a mission to maximize men's confidence by making them look good. Get 25% off True Classic with my exclusive link, trueclassic.com/Campea, and the discount doesn't stop there. You'll save even more during their site-wide sale. Guys, like most of you, I have always struggled with finding the right shirts for me. Either they're not all that comfortable or they don't fit me all that right. Well, the best thing is that True Classics team has designed t-shirts to make guys of all sizes feel confident in their clothing. These shirts taper off towards the bottom, but they fit tighter around the chest and shoulders. This is the perfect look that can be achieved by every body type. And they offer other menswear as well, ranging from polos to workout shirts designed to keep your body feeling nice and comfy. So guys, get 25% off at trueclassic.com/Campea. Free shipping included on purchases over $100. That's 25% off at trueclassic.com/Campea.